From the chewing gums that you chew to the pizza that you eat and the lotion that you use, did you know that the components used to make these products are from the farm? This week on Ukulima 101, we explore herbs and spices farming in Kiambu County. When commercial farming is mentioned, one will be forgiven to paint a picture of vast acres of land. However, with this small space, William Gitau is dispelling that myth. Gitau has taken into a rather unique type of farming. He grows various types of herbs and spices.
We concentrate more on herbs and spices production because we are focusing on reaching out to farmers who have very little spaces that they really need to put into agribusiness use and make a lot of profit out of it. We have a total of 7 different types of herbs and spices. And this particular farm, which we are using as a demonstration farm for trainings and demonstrating to any interested farmers in herbs and spices, come and we take them through. Now we have herbs like sage, which are growing. It's a herb that is perennial. It is very good when it is used as antibiotic, which entails things like having headache or pain in any other parts of the body. And then we also have herbs like marjoram, which we are growing in order to extract the essence that we are using to develop a lot of other products. We have spices like curry moss and other spices like garlic chive and spiked chives, and we also have herbs like thymes that we use to make a lot of green tea that's very good for boosting your immunity.
Gitau moved away from the traditional rain-fed agriculture to grow his herbs and spices, thereby avoiding the ravages of climate change that has seen many parts of the country face a prolonged drought period.
They're very good in resisting the hostile environment. Secondly, you require small space to get good income out of the herbs and spices farming. And also they have a lot of healthy benefits. Like they're able to help us avoid a lot of non-communicable or lifestyle diseases that you're facing today.
Gitau says venturing into herbs and spices farming is surprisingly cheap.
If you want to produce herbs and spices, one of the things that we require any farmers to invest in is getting the right information, which will be a guide to his or her farming activities. And of course, the cost is determined by which type of herb or spice that you're putting up in your farm, and whether the land is yours or you are leasing or you're in a partnership with somebody. So all that determines how much you really need to pump in your project so that you make the desired results.
Herbs and spices are referred to as high-value crops, meaning they require a little more care than your usual regular cash crops, since they need to be purely organic. Planting, weeding, and even harvesting has to be done manually.
Herbs, they make a lot of business sense because they have very good returns, and you can have them for as long as you want, because most of the herbs are perennial. So once you plant, the maintenance cost is very minimal because you don't require a lot of pesticides, because they themselves have a natural mechanism of controlling a lot of diseases and pests from attacking them. Unlike maize and most of the crops that we grow for staple use.
The starting point for farming is always the seedling, which for these unique crops is readily available.
Most of the herbs are vegetatively propagated, meaning that you can hardly access any seeds out there, but you can only get the cuttings or splits from farmers who are growing them. So most of the farmers who are interested really look for farmers who are growing them, and that's how they get their seedlings.
Unlike other types of crops, spices and herbs take a shorter time to mature. Within 3 to 5 months, they are normally ready for harvesting. Don't pluck them from the ground. Cut the top leaves and leave the branches, which will produce other leaves. After harvest, they can either be consumed raw or be dried and ground for packaging. One of the biggest challenges for farmers is access to markets. This is the case even for herbs and spices, but for Gitonga, who takes his farming as a business, marketing is key.
We have organic restaurants, we have organic markets, we have individuals who are purchasing a lot of organic food, and we go explaining to them the uses and the benefits of herbs and spices, those which have been grown organically. So eventually we keep on getting more and more clients that are interested in our products. That's how we make it.
Before beginning venturing into herbs and spices farming, one needs to consider a few key things. Some of the top and easy herbs to grow in your kitchen garden or backyard which have multiple uses include basil, mint, rosemary, cilantro or coriander, oregano, and parsley.
We get people who are interested in this kind of farming that once they get on board, then they are able to get a lot of technical support and guidance, and we also support them to start working on any space that they have in producing herbs and spices.
The fresh smell of pepper paint. So refreshing. With thousands of Kenyans now embracing healthy foods and healthy living, this now presents opportunities for organic farmers. Mercy Milanoi, K24 for Ukulima 101 in Kiambu County.